Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and today I come to you, hat in hand, head bowed, saying, I have failed. I have failed miserably, and I couldn't be happier about it. So, there are tons and tons of articles that talk about why high performers and CEOs and .com founders and college students going to Ivy League schools are all very, very productive when they get up in the morning at 5:30 or 4:30 or 3:30. One of my coaches, J. Rodney Turner, gets up at 3:30 in the morning so that he has a real big leap on his day. Now, it should be noted that J. Rodney Turner has family responsibilities that he bakes into his schedule and has created this schedule so that he can fulfill those. I don't have such responsibility. And it should also be noted that he's a farmer. So he may be used to getting up that early in the morning. And I was a morning DJ. I was a morning radio DJ for decades. And I got up every morning at 3:30 in the morning to do a 5:30 a.m. start for my show. And when I quit, one of the joys was that I could sleep in as long as I wanted. I completely became a late riser, late sleeper, late going to bedder. Um, and I started just getting, sort of envy when I was reading all of these articles last year about these people that get up really early in the morning. And I thought, okay, let me see if this works. And for the first, maybe 2 months, it was tough. It was really tough. One of the articles said, you don't want to work your way back. Like, if you go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, don't go to bed the next night at 1, the next night at midnight, the next night at 11. Just rip the Band-Aid off. One night, go to bed really early and know that it's going to be really tough for you to fall asleep. And the next day is going to be really tough because it's going to be a really long day. So I tried it. I really did. And, I found that for that 2 or 3 month period, there were some real advantages to being up first thing in the morning because the whole world hadn't started their procession toward me. And I did get a lot of stuff done. I found myself really productive, but I found myself really unhappy as well. There's this concept called a chronotype, and it's a series of animal names that are associated with how your rhythm, how your clock operates. There are some people who are very early risers. There are some people who are kind of normal. There are people who are adjustable. And then there are people who are late risers. The late risers are called wolves. They stay up very late and then they wake up late. So they stay up until 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and then they get up at like 10, 11, 12, and they're called wolves. The people that get up really early in the morning are designated as lions. So they get up at like 5:30 in the morning, they get to bed by 9. And I desperately tried to change my chronotype from a wolf to a lion so that I could enjoy these wonderful advantages. And what I found was my body was yelling at me saying, no, that's not what I want. That's not what feeds me. That's not what nourishes me. And it was kind of exacerbated by the fact that I had this shoulder issue and it was hard for me to fall asleep. By the way, I had an MRI the other day, had a panic attack in the MRI machine, but I got an open MRI later that afternoon, got my results back, touch of arthritis, and a partially damaged tendon, a torn tendon that might need surgery. So you may see me in a sling at some point. Maybe not. They haven't determined whether or not the procedure is necessary yet, but I'll let you know. Anyway, it made it hard to fall asleep because, getting in a position where your shoulder doesn't hurt when you're sleeping is something that nobody ever thinks about when they don't have a shoulder problem. But it was tough. So I came to realize that the reason that CEOs and students and .com founders and all of these people are called out for being really productive when they get up early in the morning boils down to one thing, and that's other people's schedules, office hours, business hours. What they're doing is they're getting a jump on something that I don't have to worry about. Sure, it's something that I have to deal with when I need to contact a business, but my business hours are not 9 to 5 or 8 to 4:30 or whatever. They're not sort of normal business hours. I can do my job pretty much anytime I want. And so I didn't have that to avoid. And so what I found out was when you let your body fall into a natural circadian rhythm, something that you're comfortable with, I'm comfortable doing some of my work late at night when no one can bother me, just as if I was up really early in the morning and no one is around to bother me, sending me emails, texting me, calling me, things like that. So I have my quiet time. It's just later in the day. And there's advantages and disadvantages to that. Getting a jump on things when you're up first thing in the morning is one advantage. But I have the advantage of late at night, I have what happened during the day as information that I can use to better plan my work. So I'm here to admit to you that in my particular case, getting up that early in the morning worked out for a while, but doesn't work out. It doesn't serve me anymore. So again, a Marie Kondo situation, it doesn't spark joy. But being a wolf does. And I'll take being a wolf. That's kind of a fierce chronotype. So what works for you? I know how some of my clients work because I know when they send me email. And I can see what time of the morning they send me email, what time of the night they send me email. So I have an idea of how some people that I work with work. My assistant is up very early in the morning because she has a child. So I know how she works, and that kind of helps me because she takes care of some things before I get going. So I wonder what works for you. If you're watching this video anywhere but on VO2GoGo, pop over to vo2gogo.com and leave me a comment below the video somewhere. What's your hour schedule? If you know chronotypes, are you a lion? Are you a wolf? Are you a dolphin? Are you, a bear? What is it that you do that works for you? What sparks joy for you when it comes to your schedule? And just so you know, these videos are part of a 1-a-day, 365-day challenge that I've set up for myself. All throughout this year, I'm doing a new video every day. And this is but one of them, and I appreciate you watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this because, I find making these videos at certain times of day works for me as well. It affects everything about your life, so I'd like to know how it affects you. If you'd like to join my YouTube channel, subscribe, and be notified when these videos come out the moment they come out, go ahead and click on my head there. If there's no head, look for a subscribe button somewhere on the bottom of the page. And if you'd like to see the latest video I've done, click on that frame and YouTube will play it for you. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th, the Wolf. I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.